Hi, I'm Mike McDevitt. I've been here since 1974. I served as the Chief of Security for True Parents for about 40 years, and I'm anxious to tell my story.
About the need for America to rediscover the high ideals on which the country was founded.
In the Catholic Church, they have Stations of the Cross. I think there's 14 of them that describe the passion of Jesus as he was going to the crucifixion. There's one that actually shows him on the cross. When I was even like 8 years old, I'd look at that and I'd just start feeling this rage inside. How come nobody protected him? Why did he have to die like that? I'm Mike McDevitt, and we're at East Garden, the home of True Parents. I've been here since 1974. I was asked to come here to do security for True Parents before the Madison Square Garden rally. Some of us gravitated to the environment here and to the True Parents and the True Family. And so I was lucky enough or blessed to stay here. We were told we would be here for 3 months. 3 months turned into 48 years. So basically my whole adult life has been here at East Garden. I was selected to be Father's personal guard. 21 years old, I just knew without a doubt that, oh, this is my mission. My football training taught me of an offensive line protecting the quarterback and the running backs. I could apply that very quickly to security work. You know, we had 18 people on the security staff, and we all had the same mindset. To get to our principal, you have to go through me, and we're all ready to give our life, no question about it. Well, in the beginning, I think we can say he was accepted. On the Day of Hope tour, Father received keys to the city, proclamations, the mayor himself of cities or a mayor's representative would come. He's being welcomed. Americans generally were welcoming people. Father had so much to accomplish. He felt providentially from his calling. He saw communism as the enemy. He saw immorality and the breakdown of the family in America as the problem. After the Day of Hope tour, he supported Nixon, and this kind of starts controversy back then. True Parents went down separately, then we picked up a police escort at the Yonkers Toll Plaza. I saw my responsibility as to get him to where he needs to be, to deliver his message, to do his mission. He had courage, he had guts. He's coming to the media capital and financial capital of the world, New York City, and he wants to speak in the most famous venues, Madison Square Garden in '74, and Father's face is all over. I think there probably were 1 million of these everywhere in New York City. People are starting to question, who is this Mr. Moon from Korea? This was the atmosphere around the building when he arrived. This is 1974. Vietnam War is still not settled yet, and communism is getting stronger and stronger, and Youth Against War and Fascism, which was a Marxist-Leninist group. They really did not like Father. We got through the protests. We come from the green room, and then he was introduced. And I could see that it was pure chaos. And this is a plexiglass shield, which I was told it was a reflective soundboard. Reality is it was for protection. It had the strength to resist a high-powered rifle, an M16. So he walks out there to the podium with Dr. Pak, and it was like raucous catcalls, shouting, go home, whatever. He couldn't start speaking. It was that bad. So I'm wondering, I looked at my partner there and what are we gonna do here, Father would walk up to the podium and started singing. And the catcalls gradually quieted down. And he could finish his song. And then he was able to deliver this monumental speech on this #1 indoor venue in America, Madison Square Garden. And at the end, we escorted him off the stage, right to the car, and Father was happy. He was beaming. He was so happy. Like total victory spiritually. The police car escorted us back out to the West Side Highway and then up to the Yonkers Toll Plaza, which used to be there. He was so happy. He said, stop the car. I want to shake the hands of the police officers. He goes up to the police car and they get out and he shook both of their hands and thanked them so much for offering that service. He was that happy. I'll never forget that. I thought, what a man. Who else would do that? Only true Father. Since I came here to East Garden, I'll never forget that. That was the first of 8 cities. I had several meetings with Father and Mother both about security. Mother called me up to the yellow room over there because she wanted to meet with me about the security plan for Yankee Stadium for all the children. But they were that involved. At this point in '76, he's already controversial. And the tone leading up to this was very serious. There's probably over 100 threats by telephone. There's 4 people with firearms in the stadium. And Father really felt to take every precaution to protect himself. There's a piece of body armor over there that was worn, and the podiums had protection in them. Mother was a good 7 months pregnant. She would accompany Father, but it was so dangerous they didn't want to travel together. That was Father's decision. So Mother came down in a separate car, separate entrance. He wanted to make sure that he could arrive unseen. So Father rode in the back of this 1976 Toyota Corolla, and we had like a 5-minute window where we could notify the police and get ready for the arrival point, which is always a very critical thing in VIP protection. Right after he arrived, the weather changed. I remember Father sending me out because I was at the green room with him to check several times. And I kept reporting it doesn't look good. The storm is ruining everything. But Father was very, very stoic. He prayed harder, I think. His attitude was just let it play out. He relied on his faith and the faith of members and how hard members worked for this event, The story is a group led by my brother Tom started singing You Are My Sunshine from on top of the Yankee dugout. And gradually the rain stopped.
May I present the Reverend Sun Myung Moon.
And then Father starts walking out. Father would do this regardless of what security precautions were taken. Believe me, he was that serious. Well, at this point in 76, he's already controversial. He's on the radar of the American government. He's all over the media. The kidnapping and deprogramming phenomenon is taking place. And in 78 was the Fraser hearings. Congressman Fraser had it in his mind that Father wasn't a religious leader. He was an agent of the South Korean government. And in 1981, Father was indicted for tax evasion, and that led to the trial. I drove Father every single day to the courthouse. Mother accompanied Father every day, and Mother is also pregnant. So the challenge was to get them into the building without running into the media. There's 5 ways into this complex to get to where we needed to get them. We had a total of 8 people on this detail. 2 of those people were undercover, and their job was to just circle the premise constantly. And they had radios, and they had radio wrapped up in newspaper or something like that. We would talk in code. The whole conversation was in code. And they're reporting, constantly reporting which entrance was clear and which entrance was not clear, where the media was. And of course, it's not just the media. If anybody wanted to cause harm to true parents, they're going to follow the media. That's what they're doing. And so the media never caught on to our operation, and we were able to get true parents in and out of the building without incident. And this went on for 2 months on a daily basis. The media just loved to characterize him as a monster or something, unfavorable. From these surveys, Father was at that time more unpopular than other very unpopular leaders in the world, So how could he get a fair trial? The jury convicted him. May 82, Father pled not guilty. And he had said that he felt that he was being persecuted because of his religion and his race and color of his skin. So. I think I was one of the last people that he shook hands with before he entered the door in Danbury Prison in 1984. Mother didn't want to leave. She was emotionally crushed. He was very quiet. He worked hard. He prayed for people. And initially, the people were suspicious of him, but gradually he won them over to the point where a couple of them actually took turns doing night watch, protecting Father. While he was in prison, a coalition of support was developing, and the opposition from Christianity, that was turning now because of his incarceration. This is the historical record. On July 4th, True Father released from Danbury Federal Corrections Facility, greeted by mother, son Hyojin, and 13 clergy. One day in September, I got a call. Father and Mother wanted to meet us, and Father said, bring a road atlas. Father wants to take a cross-country trip by car. Father said, how soon can you be ready? So we said, well, can we do this maybe tomorrow morning, Father, or next day? He says, well, I want to leave in a half hour. So we ended up leaving about an hour later. It's the 5 of us, Father and Mother, Colonel Hahn, Ellen Caton, and myself. True parents loved McDonald's. So we go to a McDonald's, we're having lunch, and you'll never believe it, but a member came in just randomly from a fundraising team. And True parents were so happy, they invited her for lunch, and Father emptied his wallet and gave everything. But they felt, how hard our members were working, This building we're in here was built because the original building burned down. 40 days after this rally, Washington Monument, all the staff members lost everything. So True Parents took us out to like a Kmart, and Father said, okay, everybody get 2 shopping carts, not 1, 2, and fill them up, everything you need. My last encounter with Father, nobody knows the last time you're going to see him. It was in Las Vegas, July 15th, 2012. Final departure back to Korea. And Wonju, my wife, says, let's go up and greet Father. So we went up. Mother said, Mike, and Father looked at me like, the last thing he said to me was, and I didn't know that was going to be the last time I saw him. Mike. He puts his hand out. He shook my hand. He said, Are you happy to see your wife? I need a minute. He said, Are you happy to see your wife? Sorry, she has to be away so much. And he said, Thank you. Yeah, thank you for your service. That's all he cared about. Yeah, so. It was so profound. And the consistency of the parental heart was unquestionably there.